So it's a hair video today. Now it's got so long and I just thought I'd do these quick updates. So I think the last update was month 5. So I had my last haircut, I think was on the 3rd of September. I'll write it on the screen so that we have the exact date. And since the 3rd of September, I have really just let it grow. The only thing that I have done is my fringe. So when my daughters were here at Christmas, they started to cut a little bit of a sort of a curtain bangs, I think they called it, into the fringe. And you'll see that I've continued with that. I actually splurged because I realised I'd sort of saved so much money on haircuts by not having it cut that I decided I could buy myself a sort of a better pair of scissors. Well, I mean, it wouldn't have been hard because the scissors that my daughters cut my hair with were very, very blunt. They were actually the scissors that I used to cut their hair with when they were little girls, when they were sort of 6 and 7 and that sort of age. They were just some scissors that I'd got from the chemist, and I just thought, well, it was time for an upgrade. So I went online and I thought, I'll buy myself a nice pair of hairdressing scissors. No, I won't. I could not get over how expensive nice hairdressing scissors were. I mean, of course, I realised after that of course it's like chefs with knives. I mean, if you're a hairdresser, you're a professional, you're an artist. To make really good haircuts, you need the tools. So I downgraded my expectation, and in the end I found some student scissors which were just under $100, which was definitely within what I'd saved from having my hair cut. So I got myself a nicer pair of scissors, and that made the process a lot easier. I'm still obviously struggling with it because I'm having to do it myself. So I cut a little triangle in sort of like this much, and then as you can probably see, I then sort of cut like that to get the sort of the middle bit, and then I've tried to sort of blend it in like that, but that bit's quite hard, and obviously I'm only doing this sort of from the inside, sort of like this, and it's really quite hard because of course I wear glasses to see close up, so it's really quite hard to do that and then not get it in the way of your glasses. So it's a bit of a trick, but anyway, I think it's going okay. I can see out, and I have decided that I do like a fringe. Now what I'm doing is I've sort of got a slightly off-center parting, which I think, you know, when I asked you all what you thought, a number of you said to have a sort of a side parting, and I've gone with a slightly side parting because I do want to have the fringe, and if it's a really side parting, it sort of causes issues with the fringe because then the fringe has to sweep right the way over, which ends up in your eye a lot more. And I do notice that this side does go into my eyes a little bit more, just really because I'm off center slightly. And as you can see, it's a very small amount. I think probably about a centimeter, like, you know, half an inch, say, off center. But I just think it's nicer to have slightly off center than when it's directly center. It just looks, I don't know, doesn't work quite as well. So this is washed this morning. I do put a little bit of Dominic's, I want to say this, I had this last time, didn't I? I want to say Dominatrix, and it's not that, but Dominic's maybe. I will put it on the screen. Anyway, the hair product that I use, it's still a man's hair product. I was using a man's hair product before when it was really short, and I just went to a slightly different version of their products that sort of added shine and a little bit more flexibility, less sort of stuck in placeness. And really because I tried mousse and everything, it didn't seem to do anything. I couldn't get the hang of it. So I stuck with this product that I really like. As I say, I'll put it on the screen. I just put a little bit of that through and then blow dried it. And I blow dry it with my head upside down. So I just lean over, blow it madly, no particular method. Maybe as I get more skilled at this having hair business, maybe I will alter my technique. Do let me know, please, if you know how to blow dry hair more effectively. I don't have a round brush or anything. I just have this. I have a comb. I do actually have a rat tail comb as well, because we got one for my haircut when my daughter did my haircut. So I have this comb and I have this brush. That's all I seem to use at the moment. I've sort of not really got into blow drying it. I'm not really sure where I'm going, to be honest. But anyway, this is, I just turn my head upside down and blow dry, and that seems to sort of work. And it's sort of crazy. The first day it's not too bad, but as you can see, this is already starting to curl. Like, this has a mind of its own. I've got a mirror down here, so just in case you know, I'm a bit rude, I'm looking down here. That's because I've got a mirror where I can actually see my hair. So it's a bit kinky here, and then as you can see, hopefully you can see to the side, very, very kinky here. This is just loads of sort of curls, and I'm just sort of leaving it. I'm not quite sure how it's going to go. Same curls sort of on the other side, but of course they do work against each other, so they either go that way or they go this way. I shall turn around and show you the back. I'm on a twizzle chair. Oh, I can just get my knee out of the way. I'm on a twizzle chair, so I just turn around. You can see the back, hopefully. Can I twizzle? Okay, so as you can see on the back, the hair now is sort of down to here. So that's one length. Can you still hear me? Possibly not. So the top bit is one length down to there. And then chaos, basically. But I'm sort of getting there, and I will actually just insert a clip that we did at the weekend when my daughter was here, because she's my official hair measurer. So she actually measured my hair for me. Now it's Sunday, my hair's a complete state, but my daughter's here. So given that I can't do it myself, I have tried, but if I do that, I can't actually see the numbers on the measuring tape. So I've got my daughter here to help me. So, assistant, could you help me measure? Now I'm measuring in two places. I measure here because of course this part was shaved when I last had my hair cut, and then again at the back it was shaved. So this is sort of, it was actually at the flesh level, so every piece of length on it is the amount it's grown since I last had it cut, which was the beginning of September.
Which would you like to start with?
We'll start with this side, please, assistant.
7 is where I'm like, yeah, for sure. There's a couple of pieces that are at 8 or extending past, but it's very hard to tell exactly where the end is.
Okay, let's try the back and we'll see on the back.
I think we could call it 8.
Is it 8 at the back?
I think we could, because there's even some bits extending past it to 9, but I wouldn't want to call 9.
If we can try the other side and the middle, and we'll take an average.
It's definitely 8.
8.
I don't want to call 9. Let's say maybe 8.5.
8.5. Whoa.
Let's try it again.
Okay, we'll try the other side. You're going to see the back of my head now.
I say 8. I'm going to say 8.5. I'm going to say 8.
8. So yes, 8. We're calling 8, which should be about right for a centimetre a month, because beginning of September, so September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. Yeah, so we're on track for a centimetre, because we're now... we're actually the beginning. What am I talking about? It's like the beginning of May. Where does time go? I mean, really, please, I like it. I really like it longer. I liked it short too, but I really like it longer. This bit is irritating. Of course, I'm just doing the mullet method, I think, where it just is let it grow. So this bit here is the original short back and sides, because I had to short it here, then I had a bit more on the top. I'll insert a picture, of course, so you can see where I started. So this is now down to the bottom of my ears here. Now there's a few, it's still a bit layered in here, but this section essentially comes down to the bottom of my ears. I mean, I toyed with the fact that I could chop it off and have a bob here, but I think I like the length at the back, so I'm sort of wanting to keep it like that. And I think when it gets long enough that I can cut it into a hairstyle with longer length. I'm quite liking this sort of almost curved bit at the back. I don't know. I don't really know where I'm going. But so far, I have to admit, there hasn't really been any bit that I've really hated it. Apart from, there was the first few weeks where I would normally get it cut. You know, like that bit where, oh, the sun's coming and this is going to play havoc with my filming. Oh dear. Oh well, never mind. Oh well, I'll move this way. Maybe I'll crop the camera slightly over here to get the sun out of my eyes. The first few weeks after when I would have had it cut, when it was just like irritatingly long, that was difficult. But once I'd got through that and it was sort of longer, then I just sort of embraced it really. But I've not had any burning desire to cut it off at all through the process. And the longer it gets, the more I like it. And I have been doing more styles with it now. So, because obviously some days this is crazy and it doesn't work at all. So these bits are the bits that misbehave mostly. So what I am doing more and more is using this little clip, which is just the very smallest sort of claw clip, I think you call it. And with that, what I'm doing is just literally sort of grabbing it at the back. Probably do it with my brush, but sort of grabbing it at the back and then just sort of putting it in on top. And then these bits sit. It's not beautifully done. Obviously, I'd do it better if I was doing it by myself. I'd use my brush and comb and everything. But I generally do that, and then it sort of holds it together. It just sort of stops the side bits being really stupid. So that's one thing I do. Imagine that I've done this well. Okay, I'm just going to turn around so you can see it. So that's working quite nicely. The sun is in my eyes, sorry about that. The other thing that I do is I use this clip now. My hair is big enough for this clip. It's just that type of clip. And this is really good because again, I can put this sort of back like that. Again, no technique here. I do this a lot neater with combs and brushes and what have you. But I essentially just very much the same sort of thing, hold it back and then tuck things behind. So I'm really quite enjoying that. The colours are great. Really liking the way it goes with my grey hair. The bluey grey is all sorts of colours that I wear. So very pleased with that. And it actually, I think, makes me feel like my hair is longer because there's sort of like it goes up a bit and then there's sort of plenty down the side. So that works. I have also been using these plastic clips quite a bit, and of course, have I covered them and made them pretty? No, not yet. But I find with these, again, I can just stick them in the side like that, and that works a treat as well. Do the other one. So that's another way that I have done it with just these combs, and that again keeps it much tidier and stops these sort of silly bits. I also think that it sort of narrows my face and heightens my hair. So rather than it coming out sideways, it sort of makes me look taller, I think. Do I look taller yet? I feel a bit taller with my hair up. Now, the other thing I have been doing is, again, putting this bit back. I can just almost get it in a ponytail, so I have sort of tried to put that in a ponytail. And again, I think that looks quite neat. I'll do my best. I have got one of these ties, two of these ties that my daughter gave me. Oh no, actually a few more than that. A couple of these ties that my daughter gave me are quite small. They're actually coming apart, so they're not the best quality, but I found that these ones, because they're smaller, I can get, just about get a ponytail. So I'm going to show you my first proto ponytail that I can achieve with 9 months hair growth from a shaved, basically the shaved back. So the back was sort of 0 up to number 2 is what they call it at the barbers. So it was really shaved at the bottom and then sort of, well, I'll put a picture in it, you'll see that. But I actually have a ponytail, just. Is it the best ponytail in the world? No. Is is it impressive by any stretch of the imagination? Not at all. But it is a ponytail and it does stay in. So I've done that. I wonder if I could do it with this claw clip now. Let me just try that. I haven't tried this, but I mean, sometimes you just keep doing the same thing, don't you? And then get to a video and you think, oh, I'll try this out, it might work. Oh, you know, new learning. Let me just put this back in with the thing. Let's try this. What do we think? It's actually too thick now. There's too much hair for me to use this clip that I was using before, and I was using that and then a couple of little grips, and that's too small. It won't hold the hair. But actually that claw clip works quite well, and with the combs in as well, that's quite neat. I haven't actually done that before. Obviously it's badly done, caveat yet again, but I think that's feeling quite good actually at the back, so I'm really pleased with that. What else have I got in here? I have used that one as well. Occasionally this side just gets a little bit in the way, and I've put that there, and that's quite cute. That works quite nicely too. Haven't yet done this. It's still too big. It's beautiful. I really like it, but it's still too big, I think, for my hair. Although saying that, let's try, because, as I say, learning new first things on this channel while doing this video. So let's give it a whirl. I think it's going to be still too big. Not enough hair, but I won't know until I try it. I don't even know how to do it. I don't know if we're getting anywhere here. No, I can't work that out. I've got to play with that a little bit more. Not quite sure how that works. But anyway, maybe we'll get to that. I have my beautiful greenstone one, which I got back off my daughter. The way I used to wear this before, this beautiful greenstone one that I have, the way I used to wear this before was actually just taking the top hair back and then sort of clipping it in a, I don't even know what it's called, but you just take these bits to the back and then put it to hold it there. So you've got long hair, the rest of it, and then this bit just comes round. Again, put it in the comments if you know what that's called, please, because obviously terminology is a big learning curve for me here. Okay, so got all the clips and grips and everything out, back to the way I was before. So I am still doing the scarf type situation. So I showed that in my last video. Of course, I'll put a link to it somewhere, but it's in my hair growing out journey playlist. If you want to follow along, please do subscribe and comment and like and all those sorts of things. It would be absolutely fabulous. But if you subscribe and hit the little bell for my hair growing out playlist, then you will see when I put up a new video, which would be great. So anyway, I am still doing the scarf ties. So basically putting it up with a sort of a knot here, doing the 1940s sort of Langirl look. And quite often I will also use a scarf to do the sort of the headband look, where I bring the sort of fold it into a long, slim scarf, put it around here, tied in a bow at the bottom, or the other way around, put it from here up and then put a bow at the top. Both of those are in my previous video, so I thought I wouldn't do them again this time, because pretty much the same thing, it's just my hair's a bit longer. So I'm still doing those sorts of things, and of course I'm still wearing hats, but I tend to wear hats when I go out, not at home. So, you know, if I'm going out to town, I'm going out and about, walking the dog, whatever, I'll put a hat on which sort of holds it all together in the wind and that type of thing. But if I'm at home and it's just sort of crazy chaos, then I will generally do something with these combs and clips and grips and those types of things. But yeah, really pleased with the way it's going. And at the moment, I don't think I'm going to cut it. I'm really interested to see how it works out, almost as a scientific experiment. So I am just going to leave this growing out. So most of the hair now is this length, layers at the bottom, but mainly this length, and then there's this sort of mullety bit I've got at the back. But I'm quite interested just to see it growing out, because I like having this length at the back. I think that's quite pretty, and yeah, I enjoy having the length. And I could actually sort of cut it more into, what do they call it, that sort of vintage style where they put rollers in and do wet sets and things. What's that called? Again, can you pop it in the comments if you know? Yeah, so I could cut it into that more of a bowl sort of shape and maybe give rollers a go. That, haven't tried that. That could be quite fun. Definitely need to involve my daughter in that because it could be quite a job to try. But anyway, I'm really pleased with the way it's going, and I just thought I would catch you up on the journey so that you can see where we're at, where we're going, and of course then I'll do another video in another few months and hopefully you can see the progress. What I'm also doing is I'm sort of collecting the little snippets of video, because I do a sewing video or something like that every week. There's generally a reveal. So I'm collecting little snippets of the reveals over the weeks to sort of show, I thought I'd do a sort of like a snap, 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 just to sort of show the journey of how it's grown out from like the really short hair I started with to how long we'll go, I don't know. I'm thinking somewhere around here, but who knows? So thank you so much for joining me for my hair growing out journey, and do please check out my other videos if you're interested in sewing or knitting or lifestyle or any of those types of things. I do a bit of loads of stuff. There's some cooking, there's some preserving on my channel, there's some gardening, there's a whole bunch of stuff. But mainly what I do on the channel at the moment is sort of style and sewing. However, there will be a bit of a change coming up soon, and I won't spoil the surprise, but yeah, do subscribe, keep an eye out, because yeah, there are some pretty big changes coming. So I will see you next time. Bye.